Hi, today I'm going to go over anterior serratus exercises when you're in a classroom format or you're working with your own client. When they're in a push-up position or a forearm plank position, they can typically, their shoulder blades will begin to pop off of their back, and that's an indicator that the anterior serratus is either asleep and needs to be turned on, or it's had been injured at some point and needs a little bit help coming on, okay? So one of the cues that I'm going to give so I don't have to pop out of the position is a lifting up the sternal notch. That's this little, this cup right where the rib cage and the collarbone meets from the right and to the left, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to lift that up towards the ceiling. That helps finish off that thoracic extension. So we have full thoracic extension, okay? So I typically teach my clients in a tabletop or a horse stance position, and as they get stronger, I then move them further into like a modified position, and then at last the push-up position. That's if I'm going to try to train them from a plank position. If I'm in a classroom, I will typically do a forearm plank position, because in a group setting, I personally find that easier to teach and people get it much faster, okay? One-on-one, I have a little bit more time to work with them, okay? Hands underneath the shoulders, knees approximately underneath the hips. Make sure that there is a slight bend into the elbow and that the elbows aren't locked. So you're gonna slide the shoulders down the back, sucking the belly in, making sure that they either don't dump the pelvis or that they don't round too much, so it's their neutral curve, okay? So again, you're gonna slide the shoulders down the back, lifting up the sternal notch. And lifting up that sternal notch sometimes will take people into that extension a little bit in the lumbar spine, so have that recheck in the lumbar spine. So again, one more time, slide the shoulders down the back, draw the belly in, lift up that sternal notch. Now here's the exercise. You're going to slide your shoulder blade, or you're going to sink in between your shoulder blades, and then you're going to push up. This right here is the most important part, is that push up with a plus position, okay? So depending on the person, depends on the depth. I have a lot of flexibility, so I find a lot of depth here. You're going to have a lot of people who are barely going to move. It's just perfect that way as well. And you're going to push up that plus position. If somebody's going to try to use another muscle besides the anterior serratus, which would actually be the rectus abdominis, what they'll do instead of this is that they'll round right there, giving them the illusion that they just did it, okay? So again, slide the shoulders down the back, lifting up the sternal notch, drawing the belly in, sinking in between the shoulder blades, pressing up. There's the push, or there's the plus part. And then just as many as they can do. A lot of times when I start people in that position, they might be able to get 3 before they have to rest. And then if you're going to do it from the forearm position, coming down to the forearms, elbows right underneath the shoulders, walking the knees far back, or a little ways back so you can get some length there. Slide the shoulders down the back. Again, your tail is not tucked under you, okay, but it's not dumped, okay, right in between, you're neutral. You're going to find some length, sliding the shoulders down the back, lifting up the sternal notch, and then holding that position, drawing the belly in, and then just sinking. Now, the range of motion here is shorter, but the concept is the same. It's as if you're trying to push the floor away, making your arms longer, okay? Again, they'll try to do the same thing here, as they'll try to round, but then that will give you, you'll try to shrug the shoulders, okay? So again, you're going to slide the shoulders down the back, lifting up the sternal notch, sink in between the shoulder blades, and then up. Always remembering those lower abdominals, they need to be drawn in, okay? If you have any questions, give me a holler at cksullynz2012@gmail.com. Have a great day. Thanks.